Hello, hello, hello. That's it. Just gonna have to wait now. I have to wait for people. Maybe I could just put the holding video on. Let's just do that. It's not bad. I could just play that, couldn't I? I mean, it's pretty calming. What do you reckon? Should we try a little bit more? Mind you, I don't know what audio is playing. I'll probably get a copyright claim for my own audio, and I'll have to edit it out. Oh, wait a minute. The title is wrong. It's not a live listen. That's because I rushed on here. Oopsie. Oopsie. Not that anybody cares. Nobody really cares. Oh, the title's wrong. Oh, you've ruined it. You've done the title wrong. Yeah, that should fix it. Now the title is not wrong. Doobie-doobie-doo. There we go. Let's do that. Pain's in. Yeah, I know you know. You would notice because you're a pain in the arse. Get it? Pain in the arse. Did you get it? I'm sharp. I'm sharp tonight. Oh, but does it matter? Does any of it matter? No, it's all fucking pointless, isn't it? Oh yeah. Evening. Well, it's nearly morning, isn't it? Really, it's night time. Night time. Night. Time for bed. Munton's in. Lennon's in. Oh dear. Stygoses in. There you go. That's a name we haven't seen for a while. Rice with fish and chips. My goodness. Oh no, my keyboard is running out of charge. Oh crap. Oh no. Do I need my keyboard? I could connect it, couldn't I? I could connect my Apple keyboard to the USB charger, couldn't I? Do I need this for it? Oh, I suppose I might need it. How much charge have I got? Do you think it'll get me through the show? Let me see. Magic keyboard. Magic keyboard. What have I just done? Have I just disconnected it? Oh, that's weird. It doesn't tell you. Doesn't tell you. Oh, doesn't tell you how much charge it's got left. That's a bit useless, isn't it? Who eats rice with fish and chips? That's just perverse. That's just weird. Just weird. I hope you got your gherkin. Munton says, how was my day? Dark. Well, it's really boring now because I don't have to do the school walk, so my life is even more meaningless and shallow than it's ever been. Though I will regale you with tales of the dentist. I'm just waiting for a few more people to populate the room, and then I will enter story time mode. Payne says, never had that pain in the arse jokes in me before. Well, I know, just, it's just, how's my groove been? Darn. So anyway, I went to the dentist last Wednesday. Yeah. Let's just say I've got a filling. My filling that's cracked is older than my dentist. I don't know what to think because you go in there, you tell them what the problem is, they examine you, and he goes, yeah, you're not, for considering you've not been to a dentist in, I don't know, 27 years or whatever it's been, 20, 23 years. I don't know, 24 years. I think Tony Blair was just rising to power. It was Britpop, the Spice Girls. It was then. I think I can't even remember. So you tell them, you go, but now you see, because you can't see a dentist, there's no chance of seeing an NHS dentist anymore. I had to go private, and private's expensive. It's very expensive. So this guy goes, yeah, and he takes some X-rays. Last time I had an X-ray, they wore lead aprons, and this time it was all done with a little gun. And the X-rays were on the screen, like in an app. Oh, bloody hell, this is a bit. So he immediately starts going on about root canals. I'm thinking, root canals, really? Because I know that's going to be expensive, and it is. And he's quoted me £685 per tooth, and there's a possibility of 3 of them. And it's like, well, look, I can understand this one because this one's got the deepest kind of hole, because it's cracked. I've got a cracked tooth, but it's not giving me any pain. And the one over here, it's got a hole in it, but and this one's only just gone rotten in the last few months because again I think it's to do with the metformin and the diabetes thing. And the other one is that one there. See that one there? See that healing? Well, a bit of it cracked off. And he thinks that that's going to be a root canal. I'm thinking, it's never given me any pain. I had that filling done about, I don't know, 35 years ago. It's never given me any pain, any jip. It's just the filling cracked. On its own, I felt it crack in my mouth. It just went, it was weird. It's like it just broke off. I could spit it out. I wasn't chewing anything. I was just sitting there and I just felt something go pop. It just went, most bizarre feeling. So a little bit of filling came off, it chipped. So I thought, I'm going to need that replaced. So yeah, I'm looking at nearly £2,000 worth of dental work. And I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? I don't know what to do about it. Because one of them needs to be done. I'll give them that. But I was hoping the other one would be just be 2 fillings. And that's like about, I don't know, 260 quid's worth if it's for 2 fillings, Which again is expensive, but there's always guitars to sell. So I'm like, Well, I said, well, if it's going to be root canal, you might as well just rip them out. You might as well just, because that's like 70 quid. I can afford that. And I thought, well, maybe I should get a second opinion. So I phoned up another dentist locally, and they said, well, yeah, we can do that for you, but we haven't got an appointment till the 22nd of October. And it's like, well, I've got my return visit to the dentist next week. That's not good. That's no good. And she said, and then if it is a root canal, you have to see a specialist. She says a specialist, right? I'm going to have to see a specialist, and that could be late November. And I'm thinking, now this guy, he wants to do a root canal on me next week, and I'm thinking, I'm feeling a bit uneasy about all of this. Mainly the cost more than anything else, because I don't care about pain and drilling. My life is pain, so a bit more pain's not going to hurt. But it's just the fact that I can't cover £2,000 worth of. I can't have it that my teeth is worth more than my guitar collection. It can't happen. So I really don't know what to do. I really don't know whether to just run away and let my teeth fall out, maybe get some pliers, or have the worst tooth seen to, because that one's been on the decline for about last year, and again because of the whole COVID thing, I wanted to get it seen to sooner, but again they weren't taking any appointments. And then I thought, well, if I'm going to see him, I might as well be double vaxxed. And then by the time that was done, then the whole diabetes thing happened, and then that kind of put my mind off of the tooth thing, So I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do. I really don't. So I'm just it's hanging over me. I'm trying to apply for jobs, but then I realise like my references are just dead. You know, one of my references is who's somebody that employed me as a freelance writer a long time ago, just doesn't remember me, and told one of the interviewers I had, oh, I don't know, who is this guy? So that makes you look really good, doesn't it? You know, couldn't have been nice about it. Considering he's been on my CV since blimey 2007, and I've applied for jobs in him. So you know, for him to just suddenly, maybe they never approached him. I don't know. And the other one, well, I've tried, like I said, getting in touch with people via LinkedIn, but I'm not hearing anything back from them. So one chap, you know, who I've known from way back, has agreed to do it, but I need another one. And it's like, what do I do? Because there's this job I really want to apply. Well, I'm applying for, but I've only got one reference, and it's like, oh God. Because it's difficult when, one, you have a long period out of childcare, and two, you've been self-employed for a lot longer than that. You know, so oh God, everything's a pain in the arse. Everything's a pain in the arse. But that's why you've come here. You've come here to listen to me moan and complain and whinge. But no, just telling you how it is. And now I'm just a bit fed up with thinking about all this stuff. It just tires me because there's no solution, there's no answer. Well, there is an answer. I could just spend stupid amounts of money on dental care, and it is stupid amounts of money. But the referee stuff, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I'm still working on it. Because there's only so many people you can ask. That's the problem. There's only so many people you can approach. Oh, wait a minute. I'll do a live update. Because I went on LinkedIn. Because I thought, some people on there might know me. Because if I could remember who they are. Maybe I've had a reply. Any reply? No. And I sent 3 messages out. Three messages out yesterday. And today. Well, whatever it is. And nothing. Not a sausage. Blimey. Blimey. What's it to be done, eh? What's to be done? Not a lot. Not a lot. Oh well, I'll figure something out. I'll just have to sell kisses to sailors at the docks, won't I? I'll start that OnlyFans account. You can see my feet. And again, as soon as I sat down to do this, my feet started hurting. So I was like, oh, I don't really fancy doing this tonight because my feet are killing me. And I've been all right all day. And that's because I've not taken any tablets because I forgot. And I thought I'd better take a tablet. Better take tablets. Oh well. What's that then? Anyway, me moaning should have given you guys lots of time to gather your thoughts in the chat room. You see what I did there? See what I did there? I gave you lot a little run up, didn't I? Yeah. See, I thought, I know what I'm going to do is I'll bore them with my life and I'll moan. Why'd you moan? Why'd you get on here and moan? My troll hates me moaning. You're always moaning. Why don't you get a job? I'm trying. I will happily get a job. You don't understand. I'm bored. I'm bored now. You know. But yeah, it's very hard when you haven't worked for. Well, I haven't actually worked in an office for be 20 years this Christmas. 20 years. You know, but I've worked, but you know, for myself, I haven't worked properly for like 10 years. So it's a bit of an odd one. It's a bit of an odd one. So how do you sell yourself when you have no discernible talent and you've given up your career to raise kids? I feel very sorry for women out there now. I'm a feminist now. You know? I feel very sorry for women who've had to give up things for child rearing purposes, and then try and elbow your way back in. Also, sorry, the missus was treated when she was pregnant. Because I said to her, when you get pregnant, your company that you're working for are going to move you sideways. They're going to actually demote you from your position and move you sideways to a position that you will want to leave. I told her that, and in the interim period, we, like I said, bought the shop, so her company didn't know. So we were well established by the time she was due to go back to work, and so lo and behold, they moved her sideways, and she said, "Well, I quit. I'm done." And we paid them back the maternity money that we put in the bank account and kept to one side. We paid them all back by cheque, and we walked away because they did exactly what I said they'd do. Because companies don't like women. They don't like, especially don't like pregnant women, because again, once you have a child, your mind isn't going to be on the job. You know, there's an awful lot of fucking sexism and misogyny out there, and what you're seeing with all this, with all the what do you call it, the self-ID gender shit that's going on. It's all born out of male entitlement and misogyny. All this trans crap is born out of that. And it's very interesting to see how women, like you had it good for 100 years, you know, you had a good run towards equality. But nah, men ain't going to let you have that for much longer. I'm going to take all those rights away. Payne says, my day was keeping an eye on the weather. The clothes were out. Oh, it pissed down all day here. It was horrible. It was dark. It was like living in misery, and I don't like it. Peggy says, enjoyed the mix video. Are there any more? Oh, on the other channel. God, I wonder what he was talking about then. The mix video. I'm thinking, what did I mix? What? I don't know. I've done a few, but I tend to take them down because no one's interested in them. So I tend to just delete them. You know, I get bored with my own stuff, so I've probably deleted more videos than I've left up over the years. But no, somebody asked, and I remembered it. It was accidental. I was going on. I was trying to figure out Facebook. Oh, that was a thing. I got a blue tick on Facebook at the weekend. Don't ask me how. I got an email overnight. Facebook said, "Do you want a blue tick? Do you want to be verified?" I'm thinking, well, yeah, why not? You know, because you don't think about these things, do you? When you're a no one, when you're nobody, and I haven't got that many followers on Facebook anyway. I don't really push that one. So I thought, yeah, what the hell? I'll go in for it for a laugh. So, you know, you fill in the form and you take a picture of your passport to prove who you are. And then the next day I got accepted. And so I got a blue tick next to my name on Facebook. So then I thought, I better fix my page. And my page is just a complete mess because I've got a separate page for the musics thing. And it's just been a gibbering mess. And I was trying to delete posts. And it's almost impossible to delete anything off of it without, I don't know, dedicating the rest of my life to doing it. I just wanted it's supposed to be like you can select multiple messages and delete. But for me, it doesn't work because Facebook is almost as bad as YouTube in terms of its implementation. So, and that's how I found that video. I thought, that video, I remember that. And I put it on Facebook. So I haven't got it anywhere else. So I downloaded it off of Facebook and uploaded it onto YouTube. So yeah, go and check that out. It's a song I recorded many, many years ago. Russell says, good evening. Good evening. Robert says, I think my dentist is retired. I hope so, because he must be 70 by now. He's got very shaky hands. You'll be a dentist. Who remembers that? Little Shop of Horrors. Good, that one. Payne says, where is it? Oh no, Lennon says, anyone here thought about going on vacation to Kathmandu? More like Catman don't. Why would you want to go to Kathmandu? You want to go to Timbuktu, mate. Payne says, root canal. No root canal. Birmingham to Manchester. Yeah, we've got canals around here. Out east. The exotic east. East end of London. The wild streets of Hackney. Russell says, dentists seem to be quick to offer root canals. Get a tooth out. It's cheaper. Exactly. Simon says, I haven't been to a dentist in a long time, though not as long as you. You're lucky your teeth haven't given you any trouble. I haven't. That's the thing. They're still here. And it's only, like I said, in the past year, and I think it's because of the diabetes. You know, because I've not had any trouble with them. Otherwise, I would have gone to the dentist, you know. But it's like, Jesus Christ, and I just don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do about it. Martin says, I watched the last Domino documentary last time, and this is BBC Breakfast appearance. Really sad to see, to be honest. I keep writing about Phil. Hope the tour doesn't hurt him. He's got worse in the last few years. He's got even worse. Worse, and he's diabetic now. Hey, I've got that looked forward to then. Me and Phil in our chairs together. Hey, whoopee. Peggy says, that's a lot of dough. Indeed, I may have to start up a crowdfunder or a Kickstarter. I don't know. Again, part of me just thinks, oh, fuck. Pain's all in the mind. I can deal with that. But it's just to worry about infection. It's to worry about infection. And because I'm a diabetic now, I don't want anything that could land me in hospital. So I want to get it fixed, but I don't want to pay that much money. I mean, this other place, they quoted me like 400, which is cheaper, slightly cheaper. But I just think they can charge anything they want. They can say anything they want. It's not like when you go to a doctor, because the doctor goes, well, it's umphus on your umphus. And they go, and you go to them, I want a second opinion. You say, and you're ugly too. That was an old joke. That was revived by an Arts Council grant. There you go. That joke had whiskers on. That's how old that joke was. But yeah, I really don't know what to think. I mean, I keep thinking of it in terms of guitars. That's like all my guitars. Oh man. Payne says, in the future we'll all rent our teeth out and be happy. I think that's what the World Economic Forum said anyway. Well, I said to the missus, if anything happens to me, can you pull my teeth out? Because they're worth a lot of money. And I don't want them going to the incinerator in my head. Even though there's nothing special about them, I would have spent a lot of money having them filled up. Filled, or whatever it is that they do. Root canal. Root canal? Root canal, really? Can't you just fill it up? Can't you just clean it out and fill it up? Really, I should just say, look, fill it in. Just fill it in. I demand you fill it in. You have no jurisdiction in my mouth. I'm paying you good money, so you do what I fucking say. Fill the fucking tooth. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to say. You fill it. Just fill it. Fill it. All I can afford is fillings, so fill it. And if you root canal it, I ain't paying. That'll do it. He won't like that. They'll ask me to leave. Again, it feels like, it's like, I don't know if you've ever had any work done on a car, or you get a repairman in and they go, and that's when you know you're fucked, because they're making it up. They do that to buy themselves some time to tot it up in their head what they're going to charge you. Voluntary work for a short while. I can't know. You see, I've got this thing where I can't work for free. Just don't work. Well, no, I've done some work. I've done free work, but I did it for the missus in a professional capacity. But I can't use the missus as a referee, even though she employed me to work for her, because she's my missus. So I've already done free work on behalf of the missus. So, no, I don't want to do voluntary work anyway, because people are disgusting and I don't like them. I want to get a nice job where I don't have to be around this smelly, dirty people. Horrible. And anyway, we all know that voluntary and charity work is a failure of government. Remember that. And we shouldn't encourage them. We shouldn't encourage them with charity and voluntary work. When they go, oh, let's have a voluntary litter pick. And you go, I pay my fucking council tax. Do you see how much council tax I pay? What, for to go out in the rain and pick up somebody else's litter because the people we employ, the contractors we employ, can't do the job? well, you know, or am I just being a little bit, capitalist about it? Remember, all charity is a failure of government, except animal charities, because animals can't mobilise themselves and organise a whip round. A whip it round, but not a whip round. Um, so, yeah, I'd work for an animal charity, but not the RSPCA, because they spend all their money on management. You see, that's my problem. It's my problem. It's called ethics. Ethics. You see, because somebody says to me, "Do you work for free?" And I go, "F it." See what I did there? That was almost a joke. Why, that almost worked. That almost landed. I felt that one land. Payne says the whole reference part of job seeking is so Victorian. It should be dropped. Well, it's all right if you know people, and you're part of the old boys network. But it's a bit embarrassing when you approach people that you haven't worked for 20 years and go, "I don't know if you remember me, but I could really do with your help right now because I'm desperate." You know, oh God. I mean, I did record. I don't know if John's watching. John, yeah, but he did employ me in a professional capacity to record music for him, 2 albums worth. He's also employed Oliver Wakeman too, so I'm in good company. I bet Oliver Wakeman thought, "But you used Darren Locke." I mean, I'm a bit nervous because you used Darren Locke. He's a serious musician. Me, I'm just Wakeman. I'm a Wakeman. I've got this far on the back of my dad's name. Can imagine that happen. I bet that went through his mind before he accepted John's money and the project. But maybe I could ask John to do it. But is that a little bit? I'd said it to the missus, and she didn't look impressed with me. She was like, "Eh." I said, "But it was real work. He did commission me. It happened, and he did pay me, and I gave him all the music. That's work. It's like freelancing, but with music." Because I don't think the missus takes my music seriously either. The kids don't either. I just think I've got too many guitars, and I'm a bit sad. I just want respect. Love isn't enough anymore. I want respect as well. God damn it. I'm tired. Oh dear. Garrett says, in my opinion, what they should have done is one night only. What they should have done is not bothered. What Phil shouldn't have done is 1, become alcoholic, 2, get ill, 3, get back with that woman who played him a merry dance and then tried to screw him over, and then we wouldn't be here. He should have looked at Tony, he should have looked at Mike and thought, those guys managed to stay with the same wife. Maybe I should have tried that instead of having a wandering dickie, and then we wouldn't be in this problem. Well, again, a lot of these tours are caused by divorces, divorces, and that's why I'll never tour. Because the missus ain't getting rid of me. I'm like a leech. I'm like one of those lampreys. You ever seen a lamprey's mouth? It's me, that is. I'm sucking her dry, sucking. Oh shit, she's behind me. Shit, I didn't know she was there. Oh shit. Now she knows my scheme. I'm busted open like a ripe watermelon. So yeah, I just don't think they should have done anything. I think Genesis should just fuck off. Take Steve Hackett with them. Fasano says dentists and plumbers really raking the dough. Yeah, you think it'd be bakers, wouldn't you? You think it'd be bakers raking in the dough, wouldn't you? You see, because bakers they always want to rise. Anyway, back to the. Oh wait a minute. Where is it? Yeah, he did it. Payne went and he said bakers make a lot of dough, and Cyrus is in. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya. Wanna shake it like a Polaroid picture. Shake it like a Polaroid picture. Warner says, evening Darren, I enjoyed your review of the difficult second album deluxe remix edition from that band. We can talk about Marillion. Marillion are alright. It's just Fish who doesn't like me. I think Marillion are alright. I don't think they care because they're adults and they couldn't give a fuck what I say. and neither should any of you. Yeah, well, it was an interesting package. I was looking forward to it. I was a bit nervous, but yeah, I think again, it's very, as I explained in the review, it's very hard for them to improve everything because a lot of the decisions were made at the recording stage. So without actually going in and re-recording some of it, it's a problem. But they've smoothed it out. It's an interesting package. I thought the live show was fucking epic. It's like, whoa! It's just there's a real adrenaline. Again, it's a really interesting gig. I don't usually like live. Live ones are a bit a bit dull, but they are literally flying by the edge of their pants. So they're just like, it's edge of the seat stuff, and it's it's good. It's a good one. It's a good one. Vaughan says, "Are you sure that during the period Ian Mosley was on Job Poetry? I mean, he played on Highly Strung for that guy, so I thought that he was star drummer in 1983. No, but he wasn't sure if he was going to. He said so in the interview on the thing. He wasn't sure that it was going to be like a permanent thing, and it was only like so like quite a way into the tour that they said, "Oh, by the way, you got the job." So he was like a little bit. But I'm just saying, I'm just projecting that onto his playing there, because when you watch him, excuse me, on Swiss television, he's a bit more relaxed. But on that Montreal concert, it's like, whereas the Swiss concert, which is later, it's a bit more relaxed. Or it could just be the massive, copious amounts of cocaine that they were all taking. It's one or the other, isn't it? It's one or t'other, so say up north. One or t'other. T'other. Munton says, "Did you ever like Ray Wilson's band Stiltskin?" Well, you know the story about that, don't you? Do you know the story of Stiltskin and the epic rise of Stiltskin? Well, let's just say he shares a very similar course trajectory of Babylon Zoo. Who remembers Babylon Zoo? No? Okay then. Well, Stiltskin struck it rich because a certain jean company, Levi's used that song inside as part of their. It was like, I think it was the instrumental parts of it for a jeans commercial, the same as they did for Babylon Zoo Spaceman. And in the UK, if a song was used in a jeans advert, like I heard it on the grapevine by Gay Marvin, it will re-enter the chart. It will blast up the charts, and there will be success all around. So what you see in the 90s, what they got wise to rock stars, because rock stars go, jeans, that'll be a big fat check, please. So what they do is they find some obscure band that aren't doing very well, and they'd license their song for the jeans advert, and it cost them a couple of quid. And then the band would go, "Yes, we've made it," because they'd sign it and know that they'd go into the charts. And that's what happened with Stiltskin. Yeah, that's it. And then they died on their arse, like Babylon Zoo did. So yeah, jeans adverts from the 90s. Those were the days. Those were the days. Did I like his band? Not really, because they're rather derivative. They're a really poor man's kind of grunge band. I mean, the song inside is okay, and the video is quite hilarious. I remember the headbutting model in it springs to mind, which used to make me giggle, because I was trying to be like kind of hard and kind of Nirvana-ish, I suppose. Because but they were a Scots grunge band. So no, not really, because. Ajax says, could you do what that American couple do, react to songs if you want your choice reacting to, and you go to the top of the list and charge $150. Are you stupid enough to pay that? What? I don't know what that is, Ajax. I'm going to read that again, because I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what the reference is. You could do what that American couple, do, who react to songs if you want their choice reacting to, and they charge $150. Who's stupid enough to pay that? Oh, so people actually pay. Whoa. Well, yeah, but I haven't got the look, Ajax. I don't mean to be rude, but my audience. You're all broke. You're all tight. You're all tight. You like the freebies. That's why you're here. Free entertainment. Doing this, I ain't gonna get the teeth fixed. Right? Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. You've had years and years and years of free entertainment, but the tooth fairy's coming to stay. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. I don't see anyone paying me 150 anything to review anything. We tried it on the Patreon, and people would say, would you review this really obscure, crappy album? And I'd listen to it and go, that was a really obscure, crappy album. And I didn't enjoy it. And so I just thought, I can't do this anymore because, I don't know, I think people just wanted to test me. It's like, and I lost heart. Or maybe it's just I don't like being told what to do by people. It could be that. It's because I've gone rogue. You see. Rogue. But no one's going to do that for me because I'm nobody. Remember that, I'm no one. I'm just your dancing prog monkey boy. Just here to, wheel out the box set occasionally, the deluxe edition, and talk about it and then scuttle off again when you're bored with me. Monkey Poot says, I think that a man who takes care of the children is also strange and therefore a risky situation for a lot of HR people. Well, I had that in an interview. It was a school, but it was for examinations officer. I can talk about it now because it was years ago. Examinations officer. And basically you organise the exams, you make sure everyone's submitted for the examination board, obviously that kind of thing. You get the examination papers and I think you have to lock them away, I imagine. You have to figure out how they're going to take the exams, where the pencils are coming from, who's going to be monitoring the exam, that kind of thing. So I went and there was me and this other woman there. And we struck up a conversation, and she worked at I don't want to give it away. I can't. She worked somewhere near, and at a similar place. Is that vague enough? Yeah, in a similar position. So I'm thinking, well, I've got exactly zero chance of getting this because she has got all the experience and is walking from one job to another. Whereas I'm some random guy that they've pulled off the street. And one of the questions this guy, who's actually like that, I guess he's like deputy head or something, I didn't like him. Oops. But he says, and so why do you want to work with children? Now, my immediate response was going to be, no, why do you want to work with children? Now, I could have taken the utmost offence at that. I could have said, well, I don't think you'd have asked me that if I was a woman or if I was a man in a dress. You wouldn't have asked me that, but because I am a man with a beard, you think this is a perfectly acceptable line of questioning, but I didn't go there. I said, because I'm fucking genius, I said, I didn't see the position as working with children, more as working for the children and ensuring that they get the best service from the school and, to help them, go on with their further educational careers and their actual professional careers. And I actually felt little Darren jump on my back and pat me on the shoulder for that response. Like, you fucking genius, you nailed it. You fucking nailed it. But it was also at that interview where he said, oh, your referee didn't know who you was. And I went, well, it's been X amount of years since, again, it was a few years back now, since I've worked for him. So just shrugged it off. But as I went out, I said to the lady, you've got this. Well done. And left, exit, stage right, followed by bear. And that was that. But, that is a thing. But, what can you do? What can you do about it? I looked after the kids. But what the worst thing's been self-employed. That's a bigger hang-up because they know that you don't like being told what to do and that you see through all the bullshit. Because if you work for yourself, you know how things run. You know what it is to be your own boss, and so they don't like self-employed people either. It's very hard. I mean, crikey, when I was a self-employed writer, when I was doing the freelance writing, I was still applying for jobs back then, but I got nothing back. And this was like a short while after he'd been made redundant from IPC, and so I was hitting the adverts and everything. But I think again, once they see you're a freelancer and you're self-employed, and you've had your own business and employed people yourself, I think they go, bit of a problem with control with that one. So I think it kind of limits your options. But I think make it put you barking up the wrong tree there. Munton says, what if Ben or David showed up to the Yes Tribute's next concert and said directly to Steve Howe, do you feel lucky, punk? Well, what if he did that? Steve Howe probably wouldn't even remember who he was. Who are you again? Simon says, Ben or David should get revenge on Yes by re-recording all of the vocals on Drama and title it More Drama. Jim Floyd, spricht hier jemand Deutsch? Nine. It kind of struck Deutsch. Russell Watkins says, I was watching ladies tennis final. I watched it too, and disappointed they still have to fight for equality in sport. Expected better in 2021. Well, yeah, it was a good final, wasn't it? Yeah, it was good, that. But it was very unfair on our one. Old Emma, because the crowd seemed to be very much on Layla's side. So, yeah, even though she was Canadian. But yeah, good match. Ajax says, Stilt Skin, they were all right. What happened to them? Can only remember 2 songs. That's because the Levi's advert. Garrett says, would you rate Simon Collins' band Sound of Contact highly? Are they worth reviewing? Look, I'm a bit of a hypocrite because I don't mind that record, even though it's incredibly derivative and it sounds a bit like Genesis. And this is why I say Simon Collins should be doing the Genesis thing, because he sounds like his dad, right? He can do it. And the thing is I think the fans would be like, yeah, we can do this. He's part of the family. I don't think they'd be too upset if he got up on stage and covered for his dad. And Phil just sat there waving a tambourine. You know, I think people would go, yeah, this is cool. Next generation, you've got the 2 Collins sons. You know, just imagine that. Genesis, the next generation. I think that would be really interesting. Because Nick Collins is, you know, I'm seeing that documentary. Yeah, he's shaping up to be a really nice drummer. I didn't think much before because, you know, he's like, he was still a kid. Now he's, you know, he's beefing up a bit. You know, he's got a bit more power. He's a bit more, but more of a powerhouse. But yeah, that'd be really cool. And I think the fans would be behind it. But, you know, instead, you got Phil in the chair. Are they worth reviewing? Pink says, how's it going? It's all right. So says the diabetes situation got better. Yeah, I'm feeling I'm feeling better. I forgot to take my tablets today. This is the problem, because I've been feeling all right. I forgot. And so, yeah, I'm feeling a little bit tired because I took a tablet late, and I should have. You got to kind of regulate it, you know. But no, it's been a lot better. Though the feet are still giving me chip, you know, the neuropathy side of things. But other than that, you know, the heart palpitations have gone. Touch wood. I can touch wood because I'm touching my desk. I'm not actually touching an erection. All right. Touching my desk, which is wood. It's one of those. It's a lovely oak desk, which took about 3 men to carry in. It's solid. So one of the best things. I'm having this converted into a coffin when I die. I'm going to be buried in that drawer here. Well, they can just tip my ashes into that drawer there and bury that. Fuck me, that's depressing, isn't it? Cyrus goes, it's all the stuff happening with Phil that makes me wish honestly I saw Genesis in their heyday, or at least during the 2007 tour. But when I saw the playback of the 2007 tour, I said to the missus, Phil Collins doesn't look like he's enjoying himself. That was it. Pegasus says, fish and chips cooked in beef dripping. Oh yeah, absolutely. Up north do best fish and chips like. Oh yeah, but skip the mushy peas. Paul says, evening. Have you ever been interested in the occult? Well, if you follow me, you know that I do read the tarot. Dun, dun, dun. Clark says, hey Darren, I'm quite excited for the upcoming review of the Animals 2080 remix. Oh, wait. Yeah, well, there ain't any. There ain't any remix, is there? You got Momentary Lapse of Reason instead. And you better thank your saviour, Saint Dave, Davy boy, Dave Gilmore, for that. So this is Roger Waters' fault. He should just let Dave do what he wants. Just let Dave have his own way. And then we'll all be happy. But no, Roger had to go head-to-head with him, toe-to-toe. Now we haven't got it for another year. If we're lucky. Do we really need it, though? That's the question. Do we really need it? Does anyone really care? Nobody cares. Hannah, there's no Hannah here. Hannah's upstairs. She doesn't sitting in a naughty chair. She runs away. I've got a very, very strange dog. Very strange. Very strange dog. Very strange. Pink says, Ray Wilson got the short end of the stick. Simon's in. I hope I'm feeling okay. Not too bad. Simon says, I may buy a new Fugazi. I thought the production was bad. It is. It doesn't save it. It makes it better for me. I mean, it's, it is what it is. It is what it is. Of all the remixes, it's, it does something. It moves towards evening it out. It makes it sound like an album that, that, whatever that is. Pan says, did you think Tool's latest album was very underwhelming? I did review it, but it probably got lost in the Great Purge. I don't know. Did I review it? Look, I'm not. I don't really care much for Tool, to be honest, because that one that I did, the one that everybody liked, that one is all right, but it's all the bloody same, isn't it? Oh, I did do it. Here you go. You can go and watch it. Here you go. I reviewed this 27th October 2019. God blimey. God blimey. You should have watched it. God blimey. Go and watch it. Watch it now. But, Tools, just all their stuff is underwhelming. Vince says, have you given up on Marillion as far as new material? Somebody asked me this about getting my name in the book, and I looked at it and it's like, it's 35 quid. And they want to charge me 685 quid to get a tooth done. And I'm like, gee, I could spend 35 quid on a Marillion album. I'll probably listen to once. Problem with Marillion is they do brilliant albums once in a blue moon. Afraid of Sunlight, Marbles, and everything in between is really fucking mediocre, really fucking boring. I've said it. I'm saying what you're thinking, right? Like I say, they do some really good albums, but the good albums punctuate the shit albums, and that's my problem with Marillion. It could be a good album. I might have to play the Marillion lottery and see if I get a winner. And see if it comes in a good one. But, I don't know. I'm just fed up with everything, to be honest. Just fed up with everything. Just waiting for life to end. Just given up. Pink says, I like the sound of Contact album too. It's not bad. Some interesting moments. If a bit derivative. Yeah, exactly. It is what it is. But I don't want people to think that I like new wave prog or anything, because I don't. Sensible Darren says, this is derivative nonsense. But then the other part of me goes, oh, he sounds like Phil Collins. Oh, he sounds like Phil Collins. Oh, that's really good, isn't it? He's like, listen to him, he sounds like Phil Collins. That's my problem. It's my problem. We all have that problem. Simon says, Simon Collins is a beast of a drummer. He's good. He's a good drummer too, yeah. Again, him and his half-brother could do the drum duet. He comes up, he sings, and then he gets behind it's the perfect fit, and the fans would accept it because he is of the blood. He is of the Genesis bloodline, and it has been decreed that the Genesis bloodline shall never be split.
and she'll be handed over to the sons and the sons and the sons. Not like Yes, where we'll find any bloody bass player to replace Chris Squire. Oh.
So it says the one where I touch my wood or touch my tool. Get the Tool fans in. Do I like System of a Down or any new metal? I'll do fuck off. Fasano says I haven't heard the new Hackett album. I'll watch the Hackett live listen. Well, watch the review instead. Don't watch the live listen. The live listen is just me going, oh fuck me, oh fuck, like that for about an hour. This is the wrong channel for new metal. Pink says, I read the Tara Ferry. Grant says, wondering if you've been Breaking Glass with Hazel O'Connor. Great movie. I've seen that one, yeah. It's a good one. It's oh God. Well, obviously Hazel O'Connor's in it. Is it Jonathan Pryce? Is Phil Daniels in that one as well? Not Paul Daniels. Oh, but Phil Daniels. Let me have a look. Breaking Glass. Let me have a look. It's been a long time since I've seen it. Oh, yes, I'm right. Phil Daniels, Jonathan Pryce. There you go. Did you know it was co-produced by Dodie Fayed? Dodie Fayed, who used to own Harrods. I got a big cock. I got a big cock. That was his catchphrase. He's not very well at the moment, apparently. Poor old. Oh no, Dodie Fayed is he died, didn't he? He's dying as I'm getting confused with his dad, Mohammed Fayed. He got a big cock. Dodie Fayed died, didn't he? He died. He died it. But yeah, there you go. It was directed by Brian Gibson. Apparently, I'm going to pretend I know who that is. Brian Gibson, he also directed Still Crazy. That makes sense, all of us. That really does make sense. But he also, interesting, directed Blue Remembered Hills, Dennis Potter. I like that one. And Where Adam Stood, Dennis Potter. And, where is it? Poltergeist 2. And What's Love Got to Do with it? The biopic of Tina Turner. Yeah. Good, that one. Angela Bassett's in it. It's a good one, that. And Lawrence Fishburne as Ike, who's not in a new Matrix film. Boo. We want Lawrence back. Payne's gone to bed. Good night, Payne. He gets very tired. It's his age, you know. Watkins says Mosley's drumming is great in the Fugazi album. Assassin is a good track to introduce him to the band. Garrett says, back from dinner. Did I miss anything notable? Just me touching wood. Fasano says Fish really used the rhyming dictionary on Fugazi. He likes rhyming things. His lyrics are a bit sixth form, you know. He thinks he's a poet, but he doesn't know it. Simon Hussey says, spent 830 Australia on 2 teeth fillings, so I understand, Cobber. See how I slipped into that? I just slipped in. I'm a man of many accents, me. I know I've offended everyone tonight. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. Munton says, do you have any thoughts regarding Norm MacDonald? Yeah, he died. It's very sad. He was battling cancer, apparently. I liked him. I've seen a few of his things. I mean, again, over here in the UK, he's not as big. He's not big at all, but I'd seen him on bits, and there was a stand-up on Netflix, and he was in the sitcom The Middle. He played what's his name's brother in it, and no, I liked his humour. It was good fun. Yeah, good fun. But yeah, we need more comedians, and they're all dying. They're all dying. But don't worry, folks. I'm still here. I'm hanging on. I'm hanging on for dear life. Pink says, don't you love how a new wave prog and everything is the Inside Out label? No. Maybe I should send some of my stuff to them. Or K-Scope. What do you reckon? Let's send it back. Oh dear. Russell says, I think all the elderly prog bands should get their kids to help. Yeah, I think they should. Grant says, you seem to be more happy. Are you kidding? I'm dying inside here. I'm just dead. I'm just a husk. Do you want to hear a story? Anyway, it's my daughter's birthday this week and she wanted a new phone, but I'm not going to buy her a new phone. So I said, we can have my old phone. I'll buy myself a new phone and I'll get it for like 20 quid a month. I can afford that. So I went on Apple and they do interest the free of the thing. Not like Klarna, who turned me down, which is weird, but they do interest free. So I thought, 20 quid for a couple of years for a new phone. I could do with a new phone because I've had this iPhone 8 for, 3 or 4 years now. But I keep it very pristine. It's very, very clean. I've got a little case for it. So I went on there and I found the cheapest one, which was an XR, whatever that is. I just thought, yeah, that'll do. It's the cheapest one on Apple. Today they announced new phones and the XR's been discontinued and I could have got an iPhone 11 for the same price. I might write them an email and say, what's going on, Apple? What's going on? I'm paying over the odds for a phone you just discontinued. It's like the very next day, you bastards. I didn't know what was going on. I don't follow these things. I don't know what Tim Cook's up to from one day to the next. Why would I? I'm not his keeper. I ain't got a little diary with Tim Cook's face on, knowing what he's doing. So I was a bit upset and I feel a little bit aggrieved. Like my diabetes, I feel aggrieved about that. Because I feel like I've led a clean lifestyle. But I was very angry. I'm very angry because I've got this fucking phone which is huge. I didn't know the XR meant like really big, did I? It's fucking big as my hand. It's like huge. And it's heavy as well. I could stun an ox with it. So I've got this really big phone and it's heavy and it pulls my trousers down when I put it in my back pocket. I don't like it. So I don't know what I'm going to do. It's got a big phone now. A bit embarrassing. But Veri's really happy with her new phone. Because I set it all up for her and I gave it to her this morning. She's like, I got my birthday present earlier. I went, yeah, it's all done. And she's like, this is great. She loved it. Yeah, so that's what we do. That's what we do here. But yeah, I might just complain to Apple and say, guys, you could have waited a week. Just a week, not like the next day. It's like, it's not fair. Could I have a word with Tim Cook. Did you know I was buying a new phone and that's why you're doing this to annoy me? Are you a bloody Steve Wilson fan? Is this what this is about? You start to get a little bit paranoid. Maybe they're all like, Steve Wilson fans or something, Or I know, he's an It's Bites fan. That's it. He wouldn't be a Cardiacs fan. He's too neat and tidy for that. It Bites. There you go. Tim Cook, It Bites fan. And that's why he did it. For revenge. For all the bad things I've said. It all makes sense now. All makes sense. Simon says, I've been to the point to where everything seems pretty grim and even hopeless, but you can't give up. Yeah. Might be fun trying though, mightn't it? I fancy trying hard drugs, seeing what it's like. Because let's face it, it's not going to affect my diabetes, is it? I heard heroin's quite moreish. I fancy a new hobby. I like collecting things. I like spending money on a waste of time, like music. So getting a heroin habit could be quite good. Could lose a bit of weight as well. Could be useful. Might help with my diabetes. And I wouldn't care if I couldn't feel my feet anymore. Yeah, I might try that. Pink says, I misheard you saying tarot. I said Tara, Brian Ferry's son. Not Brian Ferry's wife who shot herself. Tarot, or as you call it, tarot. The tarot deck. Fuck me. Peasants, the lot of you. Fucking Philistines. Jesus Christ. Josh Howard has retracted his message. Oh, Padge has given me money. I like Padge. Padge is really smart and intelligent, you know, and handsome. And smells nice. He smells nice too. If you met Padge, you go, this is a man of distinction and good taste. But I'm only saying that because he gave me £4.99, which is... I need another 675 quid, folks. So, yeah, dig deep. Dig deep. It's turned into a tooth telethon. Tooth telethon. This is what this is. Hey, I've got until next... Is it Tuesday or Wednesday? Now, this is the thing, right? An addendum to my tooth story. So the dentist says, well, I'll send you a care plan with the charges. So I wait and nothing happens. So I think, oh, it's going to email it to me. It's like, it's the modern age. It's the modern age. So yeah, email it to me because I think he's young, he's hip. He knows how email works. He's not a doddery old sod like me. He's young. He's not going to fuck it up. But what does he do? He fucks it up. He doesn't send it to me. So I email and go, oh, where's the thing? He sent it to the wrong email address because he's a fucking idiot. This guy who can't use email is going to come in my mouth. He's going to come in my mouth with a drill. Sounds even worse. And he's going to drill and do a root canal and he can't even use email properly. Jesus Christ. And then he called me on Saturday, just after we'd finished ball game Saturday, and I was the victor once again. They're never beating me. I am going to be I'm going to be a winner. I'm going to beat them into the ground, a lot of them. Ball game Saturday. The end game is coming. So he calls me and goes, do you want to come in? I said, yeah, well, have you got a morning appointment? He went, well, the only appointment I've got is Friday afternoon. Yeah, Friday afternoon. That sounds like a good idea to go to a dentist. Friday afternoon, because if you do have any problems, you've got the whole weekend to wait, isn't you, to sort them out. So I went, nah, don't fancy Friday afternoon. And he laughed because everybody said Friday afternoon's gone, no. You might as well said Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve? The day before Good Friday? The Thursday before Good Friday? How about that? Nice long weekend. So I went, no. And then he went, oh, well, and he ummed and ahed. He said, well, he said, I got Wednesday the 21st. And I went, okay. And I didn't take any notice until afterwards because I put it in. Because I'm king big bollocks when it comes to organisation. Because I have to be. I put it into my little organiser. It's not an organiser now, it's a phone, isn't it? Or iPad. Because the diary is in the cloud. It's in the cloud, Rodney. And it's all synced. So, and it's all synced. It's brilliant. The cloud is brilliant. Fantastic. Except when there's no internet access. Then it's not so cool. So it's in the cloud. And I confirm, 21st, yeah. And then I look, and it's not Wednesday the 21st, it's Tuesday the 21st. Now, does he mean Tuesday the 21st? Or does he mean Wednesday the 22nd? And here's the rub, I haven't had a text from the dentist to confirm my booking. So, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm thinking he's an incompetent buffoon who just wants my money. He should have just released an album and put it on coloured vinyl. I'd have just given him the money then, wouldn't I? Someone says, did you hear a Mighty Boosh reference earlier? Mighty Boosh? It's an outrage. What do you know of the crunch? Munton says, I want to say before I'm gone until November. When you put that ad for... Sorry, let's start that again. I want to say before I'm gone until November, when you put out that ad for your album, I played it 4 times in a row that day. There aren't any albums that fun and comforting at the same time. Which album's that? Which album, Garrett? You should have named it, and then I could have put a link in, and I might have sold one. Because the new album has not done very well. It's not... Because everyone's gone, oh, fuck. Another 40 minutes of Darren Lock music. The world doesn't need it. The world doesn't want it. Nobody wants it. Why won't he stop? Make him stop, someone. Well, that's really nice of you to say. Oh, where is it? Really love the Flags album. He said it. He said it, folks. Ding, 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 ding. I've got to keep my voice down because sometimes I'm very ears. And I got into trouble the other night because she heard me. Got excited. Shh. Maybe I should bring the microphones. Maybe I should be like Whispering Bob Harris. And coming up next is Busby's Velvet Trousers with their new concept album about the Queen of Sheba called Did Somebody Steal My Camel? Take it away. Flags. Nobody likes it, Munton. Nobody. You're the only one who likes it. And again, because I'm nice and I let you listen to it for free, because I'm nice I am, I don't get any money if you listen to it on here, on Bandcamp. If you listen to it on Spotify or YouTube, you can't do it yet because it's not released till the end of the month. But this is Flags. Please, buy a copy. Please, pre-order a CD. Please. Please. But I'm glad you enjoyed it because nobody else is enjoying it. Josh was because about Norm. Yeah, it's a shame. I didn't know he was doing cancer. So it says every time you say El Fasano's name, I keep thinking of saying a mine. What, Cyrus? El Fasano? Cyrus Jabari? But that's not your name. You've got a double-barreled name. Your name is like Cyrus Jabari Welch or something, isn't it? Yeah. See, Cyrus, he thinks he's like with the commoners now, so he's not doing a double-barreled thing. Yeah. Though I know it sounds terrible, I saw a story the other day about a guy in America who ripped up all the remembrance flags, right, from people's lawns and that because of September the 11th, and he ripped them all up. And look, I wasn't wearing my glasses, and the picture was kind of small, but I thought he looked like you, Cyrus. I thought, oh no, Cyrus, what have you done? But he just had glasses and a little goatee, but he looked like you. But then when I looked at it, it wasn't. When I made the picture big, it didn't look like you at all. Oh man, I'm just saying that people think I'm a racist, that all Americans look the same. You've got to be very careful what you say these days, isn't it? You've got to be very careful. You get cancelled. Don't want to get cancelled. Paul says, I would like to purchase Night After Night extended version by UK. Well, you know all the money's going to Eddie the Wanker Jobson, don't you? Did he ever settle the court case with the Wetton estate because he never paid John Wetton any money for anything, ever? Hopefully they settled that out of court. I'm sure they did, because I think Eddie would have done that, because Eddie's a decent stand-up guy, isn't he? He's not like that bloke in Yes who steals songs from other people. Accidentally. I didn't know. It was on a tape in my tape box. I've got a copy of Queen's Greatest Hits in my tape box. Do you think I could part? No, I'm not even going there. That's a terrible joke. Ajax says, Steve Rothery said they'll never play anything from Fugazi live again. No. I can't blame them. They've got a lot of, it's probably an album that I don't like. Martin says, playing Phil Collins, Peter Gabriel and John Anderson in the current stats, who would win in the sing-off? Well, fist fight is going to be Gabriel every time, because he does the yoga and he gets a good rub down on his rider. He has a full body massage from a lady. It's in his rider. Go to Smoking Gun, look up Gabriel's rider. So he's supple, and I imagine he'd probably wrestle him, probably naked, just oiled up, and they'd be intimidated by that. Just imagine a big, greasy Peter Gabriel running out you naked. You just submit and let him do whatever he wanted. He goes, Peter Gabriel, and he's oiled up. He follows me on Twitter, So does Steve Hackett's sister-in-law from the other day. So I've got to be careful what I say. I get a feeling people are watching. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying anything. I think she's all right. There you go. Not saying anything. I think she's all right. I think she should do all the vocals on Steve's live material. There you go. That should square me. With her, with the in-laws. All right. Oops. I get worried sometimes that people are watching me. But I've got a blue tick on Facebook and you haven't, and that means I'm better than all of you. Me and my blue tick made me feel really special, it did. How did I get a blue tick? I'm no one. I've got more followers on bloody Twitter. Padge says, have you, or are you getting a new Metallica box set? No. It's Metallica. I like that one. He goes, I like that one. That's a good one, that is. All sounds the same, doesn't it, really? Grant says, I think John Anderson's voice is still nice. He's still kept his voice together. But yes, don't want him anymore. Yes, don't want him anymore. Because they're knocking on heaven's door. Aye, aye, aye. I've got to be careful because I'm going to wake the kids up. Martin says, 98 Sparkles was my favourite track. For some reason, it reminded me of Caravan's 9 Feet Underground. But it references a Genesis song. Oh my goodness. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. It had to be the last track on the record. It was, again, a lot of the stuff on that was recorded for Elle and never had lyrics because I couldn't fit lyrics on it, so they ended up being instrumentals. Because I recorded an awful lot of stuff for Elle and discarded the stuff that couldn't be lyricicized. I think that's a word. It should be a word. Yeah. But Flags it's good. It's a solid album. I don't know what I think of it. I don't know. I don't know what I think of it. I really don't know. It's all right. It's okay. There's some bits on there. Again, a problem with it for me is I feel like I'm just doing the same thing over and over again because it's just me on my own, doing guitars, and I don't know. Though I've got other stuff. I'm still working on other stuff. So the next one will be along in a minute. The next one is an extended instrumental album. Yeah, it's not quite Textures 2, but it's not Textures 2. It's not Textures 2, but it's an extended instrumental like Textures 2. But it's not Textures 2. Just got to say that it's not Textures 2. But it'll be out 10 years after, 20 years after. 20 years. Where did that 10 years go? It'll be out. Well, no, it'll be out before then. I'm hoping it'll be out next year. Maybe it might be out this year. You never know if the wind blows in the right direction. See, because I could sit on stuff and I could stagger it. I could just release it. And there's a part of me just thinks I better release it because if I do drop dead, it will all be on the hard drive and no one will know how to figure out how to put it out. So I better put it out. I wasn't going to put out Flags until next year because I thought, I'd let Elle sit for a bit and do that. And then I thought, what was I thinking? Something happened. And I thought, bollocks, maybe I should just release it. Something made me change my mind. Can't remember what it was now. I thought, I'll just release it. It's done. And it was the reason why I bought a CD player, just so I could test the CD text option. Because I burned the CDs with CD text, so it says the titles. And I wanted an actual CD player. And my CD player, which I repaired for pennies, does CD text. And that's the only reason I bought it. Because I'm sad. Because I've never had a CD player, I think that... No, I might have done. I had a Kenwood one that I think, did it do text? No, I don't think it did actually. I think I'm just imagining it. It's wishful thinking years ago. But I'm glad you enjoyed it anyway. It's heartening. You're welcome, Pinks. You're welcome. Cyrus says, he's talking about... Well, again, John Anderson, he takes care of himself. Pinks is off to make dinner. Have a good dinner. Paul says, it was nipped back by its fat. Oh, Oh, where's it go? I was an It Bites fan in the 80s, saw them several times. They were impressive. I'm watching you. You're up there with the Cardiacs fans. You know that. I know what you It Bites fans are like. I'm watching you. I'm watching you, Paul. I've got my eye on you. We got. How far did we get in? An hour and 15 minutes, folks, before somebody mentioned the T-shirt. I've been deliberately sitting low so no one could see it. But Grant saw it. There isn't a prize. He just saw it. Pegasus says, 98 Sparkles is my favourite track. Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Kitten says, I got a box set by Walter Wegmeller called Tarot. That's become with a nice set of cards. Well, I got my Rider Waite set of cards up there because I was paid to read the tarot back in the day for a magazine, for a newspaper. I did tarot and oh boy, it's funny what happens when you work for a magazine. They go, anyone here have an interest in the occult? And I go, I know what a tarot card is. And they went, you can do it. And so I'm Martin says, didn't Very have her own channel at one point? Was the classic My Dad Has Fleas? I don't know. I don't know where that is. That might be on Facebook. Her own channel is decommissioned. A lot of the videos, because she's not supposed to have social media at her school. She's got a couple of videos up at the moment, doing her illustrations, but her older stuff where she's young, she doesn't want to be, so it's all been privated. So I imagine that video, if it's on there, has been privated. It probably exists somewhere. I wouldn't have thrown it away. But yeah, she's doing her own thing. She's got her own Instagram where she does shows off all her digital illustrations. That's what she does. She loves drawing and stuff. So yeah, I had to let her have an Instagram. Sorry, says, don't worry, Darren. It's only okay if you're racist and sexist straight white American males. No, but look, like all bald men with beards look the same. Just saying, we do. I'm going to see if I can find the story, because I was looking at it on an iPad. It was on my iPad. Man rips up 9/11 flags. Yeah, here we go. Has he got a picture of him? No, he hasn't got a picture of him. Here we go. I've been geo-blocked. This content isn't available in this region. They geo-blocked me. How dare they? Ashton Fagan was somebody who found the flag, so maybe find. I can't find the story now. Here we go. Except all. It was in Boston. I saw a picture of the guy. They got us like a security picture or something of him. It was really not good. Images. Maybe I can find images. Video. I'm just pissing around here. Can't find the guy. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm never going to find him. This was just. I thought I could find it. For someone who says 98 Sparkle sounds like 9 Feet Underground. That sounds good. I have to listen. Meanwhile, Pegasus likes the band Fugazi. Pegasus says Flags is a groovy album. It flows really well. If someone says, is that Flags by Bruford Moraes? No, it's Flags by Darren Locke. There's only one Darren Locke. Verity named it. She didn't realise she was naming it, but we was talking about Flags, and that's how it stuck. I thought, oh, Flags, good name for an album, that. So she named it. Mountain says, what's your single favourite vocal or instrumental track you've ever composed, written as of now? What would be the reason? Either because you put a personal reflection on how long it took to put it together. Favourite vocal is, I've told you this one, it's I Miss You from Elle, because it was in my head and it came out exactly how I wanted it to. It was meant to be like a Daniel Lanois production, kind of a bit, murky, a bit stodgy, and it was in my head and it came out perfect, so I'm really pleased with that. Instrumental, it's a toss-up. There's a track I did a video, I posted an old video today on my other channel and it's I'm mixing a track called Reality Lives on Pleasure, which I recorded a long time ago. I really like that one, but there's also Echo Net, which I really like as well. Again, it's just the production of it. I've done a lot, you see. But the most perfect thing I've done is Textures 11 to 16. That is just perfect. Go listen to Textures 11 to 16. It's just the most perfect piece of music ever for me. And I'll never ever beat it. Not that I've tried to, it just worked. It was a different time. I was young. I could just record without worry. I didn't have to worry about kids or cooking or feeding myself. I had to remember to take Alex for a walk. But I could really get involved, get my writing work done and then do the music. They were great times. I just loved it. It was great times. It doesn't take me a long time to put music together. It's literally, if it takes too long, then it's not worth doing. I like, because I'm not somebody who's striving to create great works of art. I'm not trying to re-record Dark Side of the Moon. It should be immediate. All this stuff literally takes me, I don't know. Say if there's a 4-minute track and there are guitar, bass, lead guitar, bit of keyboards, and it's 4 minutes long. 4, 8, 16. You can know where I'm going with this. It's going to take me roughly an hour to record that. Roughly an hour. And then it's the mixing that always takes longest to make it just sit properly. I spend more time mixing anything than actually recording anything. But if it takes too long, then I just I get bored. I get bored easily. So, Grant says, Fish always to me seemed to wrestle lyrics too much all times till he has them in a headlock. Yeah, because that's what he does. He's not a musician. He's a poet. And so again, it's something you do. If you are a creature of language and you do use lots of words, I'm guilty of this. You can end up writing things that are impossible to fit or fit comfortably into a song. And so you end up doing that, and it doesn't flow, it doesn't feel natural. And I had that with the track called Elle, God Pays Debts Without Money, which took me 6 months to write the lyrics. I mean, the music was written, that didn't take long to do at all, but it was actually the lyrics took a long time because I wrote an awful lot of lyrics, too many lyrics, too long. They were just uncomfortable, they didn't fit. And so it took me a long time to go, no, this isn't what I wanted to say. This isn't where, I didn't know where it was going. It was kind of directionless. It was just, And it took me about 6 months to find one, the subject. It was like, oh, and then it struck me, and then, and then you've got to be kind of judicious about the length, because again, you've only got so much you can fit in. That's why the Beatles sing "She Loves You, Yeah, Yeah, Yeah," because it fits and it's easy to remember. And also, you don't want lots of words, because how do people remember it? How do they sing along? Unless you're recording music for anally retentive men who are stroking their beards, it's not going to be sticky, and people are going to go, "What did he say? What was that?" So yeah, if you do like writing lots of words, it can be a problem. Or you end up writing really long songs, and that's not necessarily what you want to do. There's a balance. It's just a lyric music balance. And also you don't want the lyrics to necessarily overshadow the music. You don't want the music to overshadow the lyrics. It's a fine balancing act. And the thing about Fish is no one said to him, stop. Just stop it. Cut it back. Less is more. Just reduce it. But he wants to show people he knows words. He knows the words. He knows all the words. And you're going to hear them. And that is the problem. Martin says, the only reason I didn't mention the Floyd shirt is because I thought it'd be great ironic that none of us mentioned the Floyd in the stream. Martin gets it of all times, because somebody usually does. You see, you know me, Martin. You know me. And that's the thing. Martin says, should we now, as the band, now you could talk about Floyd. It's just a joke. Where do I think prog began? Beatles, Sgt. Pepper's. There you go. Martin says, don't know about you, but my favourite film of Floyd performing is Live Aid. It is. It's it's the last time. Richard Wright died, and Syd Barrett died around that time as well. And it's a good send off, and it's a shame they can't get along. But boys will be boys. Martin said, was just thinking about it the other day, because it's sad to see Waters and Gilmour like an old married couple. Well, it's money, isn't it? For some reason, money and pride. Oh, you listen to the Velvets. I'm waiting for my man with my money in my hand. Shiny, shiny, shiny boots of leather. Paul says, do you have your eye on any new guitars? No, I'm not allowed to. And also, 685 quid to get this tooth fixed. No, the funny thing is the only interesting guitars out are like Squier ones, because I'm not going to buy any Gibson. I'm not going to buy Gibson or Epiphone. Mind you, the Alex Lifeson Epiphone Les Paul was kind of interesting for the money. For the money that it was, there's a lot of features in it, but I don't know. But no, because I'm really pleased with the collection of guitars I've got, and I don't really feel like. I would like a new bass. I would like it. Not that there's anything wrong with my old one. The neck's a little bit wonky, but I ain't got the heart to sell her. Old Red, she's, I'd like to get a new bass, a new Fender bass, a new Fender Precision. And funny you should say that. The new range of player basses came out today, and it's the same as Old Red. It's what they used to be called the Deluxe. It's got a Precision split pickup and a jazz bass pickup at the rear, and so you can blend the two. And I really like that, because I get a nice muddy sound. And they've got one with a lovely maple neck, and I thought, I'd like to get that, but it's a bit expensive. But that's only because I want to retire her. Not retire her, but I would like a new bass, one that I can really get on with. But it's not important. I've got a really nice set of instruments, and as you can hear on the Flags record, and I've got some other stuff that I'm doing. Again, I'm working on 3 things at once. I think it's 3 things. Americana 2, this extended instrumental thing, and I've got, oh Christ, so many fucking folders of ambient shit. It's called A History of Bleeping and Droning. I've been working on it for 20 years, 10 years, call it 10 years. 10 years. I think I've had the title for about 10 years. A History of Bleeping and Droning. It's off of the film A History of Violence with Viggo. I watched that film and thought, I want to do an album called A History of Bleeping and Droning. And that comes from when we were seeing the featured artist in Norwich, because we got a bit lost and we couldn't find Norwich Cathedral. What's that big pointy thing over there? Because that's where he was playing. And the missus said, you know, where do we know if we're going in the right way? I said, don't worry, just follow the bleeping and droning. And so that's where that title comes from, A History of Bleeping and Droning. So I'll finish that one day. But yeah, it's all good stuff. It's all good stuff. But in terms of the Squier ones, I like the, where was we talking? We was talking about guitars. The Squier Cyclone, I quite like the look of. That looks quite fun. And the, oh God, what's it called? Oh Christ, it's a paranormal one. It's the one that's all the wrong way round. It's not a, no, I've done the Cyclone. Oh, I can't remember. Oh, I can't remember now. Let me have a look. I'll be able to tell you. Squier Paranormal. Supersonic. That kid, Supersonic. Because they've got a lovely blue sparkle one out, which I thought would go nice with my purple sparkle Telecaster, which is a guitar that's too damn good for a Squier. It's too damn good. I keep thinking I'm going to sell it because it's a Squier, and I pick it up and there's music in it. There's music in that one. It's too damn good for a bloody Squier. Too damn good. Yeah, the Squier Paranormal. I'll show you it. Let me pull up a picture. Let me pull up a little picky wick. Let me see if I can get it on the screen. Let me see if we can do this. Here we go. There we go. It's got this lovely blue sparkle. And the interesting thing, well, interesting to me, probably not to you lot, because you're probably not interested in this stuff, and rightly so, is it hasn't got a tone knob. It's got two volumes, and the idea is that you blend these two pickups together. And though I watched one guy, he actually took it all apart and actually turned that into a tone knob, and that, yeah, boring. But I thought it was interesting because you got the switch to switch between the two, but you got two tones, which is just weird. You know, that kind of intrigues me. But being boring, what they've announced is this. This is the Kurt Cobain Jazz Stang that they've just announced. It's a reissue of Kurt Cobain's Jazz Stang. If you like something that's a bit weird and a bit offsetty, it looks pretty cool. You know, I like the look of that, but it's a lot of money. It's over £1,000, so it's a bit of a spicy meatball, that one. So I can't really. Should we do it? Should we do the unveiling? Now it's near the end. Are you ready? There you go. Lindsay, Velvet Underground, are you going to review their albums? Yeah, it could happen. I don't mind the first album. Garrett says, that is why I've always had a soft spot for Grantchester Meadows. Shows a different side of them. Yeah, when I used to do the acousticy stuff. I like Fat Old Son. I like that one. Padge says, what about Pet Sounds? Could that be argued as the first prog album? No, I don't really get it. I mean, yeah, it's all right, but I don't get it. I don't get how it could be prog in any. And again, the thing about the Beach Boys is because they use the Wrecking Crew and loads of guest musicians. Who's really playing it? It's not like the Beatles. You know, it's not like the Beatles. You know, Watch the Paul McCartney documentary, 1, 2, 3. It's very good. Or is it 3, 2, 1? That's a Ted Rogers reference. Cyrus wants my thoughts on Kid Amnesia exhibition for the PlayStation 5. I haven't got a PlayStation 5, so I don't really get all that virtual reality shit. You know, that's what you want to do. I don't get it. I think you sent me the link, didn't you? And I looked at it and I went. It reminded me of the late not 2000s, the late 20th century. You know, when people were doing those. Who remembers CD-ROMs? Who remembers CD-ROMs? It was going to be the future of digital publishing. Do you remember that? And then the internet came along and said, "Fuck you, CD-ROM," right in the arsehole. And who remembers Encarta? Anyone remember Encarta? No one remembers Encarta. But they all remember Ask Jeeves. No one remembers Ask Jeeves either. I mean, Google. Everyone loves Google. And Wikipedia. Yeah, it does look like a walking simulator. That's right. Lenin says, "I'd love to see the review of Ladies and Gentlemen, We Are Floating in Space." I never really got it. I don't get it. Sorry. I remember it at the time and everyone raved about it and it was like, maybe I should give it another go. I don't know. Yeah, but it wasn't the best album of the 90s. Everybody knows the best album of the 90s was OK Computer by Radiohead. No, it was Blur, Part Life. Everyone knows that. What's my favourite Supertramp album? The shortest one. Best of Supertramp? I don't know. Who listens to Supertramp? No one does. Supergrass. Paul says, "I was there, Darren, at the front. When he finished, he walked towards me and offered him a handshake, and he huffed and walked off through the cloisters. I was at the very edge. I was at the what's it? And he came straight towards me and gave me a big smile because I was sitting there like that going, because we arrived late because we got lost. Don't ask. We drove up and there was a bit of traffic and we got there a little bit late, but we missed about, I don't know, 5 minutes of it. But I sat at the very edge of it, right in his, like, imagine he's there and I'm like here and you've got the rows of seats and me and the missus are sitting there. So when he finishes, he puts his guitar down and comes and walks straight towards me. And I'm just like that. Because I'm cool. I'm like, yeah, not bad, Bob, not bad. I could probably do better. And I saw him at where was it? St Paul's as well. We did 2 of them. So we did St Paul's and Norwich. Those were the good old days before they hated me. Now they hate me. Yes, yeah. Come right at me. Kitten says, "Are you still thinking about releasing a comprehensive box set of all your music in the future?" Yes, but not for public consumption because you couldn't afford it. But for me, I'm doing a box just for me. And so when I die, the kids can just find it. It'll be in a box. It'll be easy for them to throw away. It's like, here's Dad's music. Should we just... but again, because there's... I don't know how many CDs there are or how many CDs it will contain. But it is... again, I don't really know. Let me have a look at... Let me give you an idea of just how horrible it all is. And I'm not bragging. This is just plain old statistics. Because I would include the shitty first few records, okay? The first few CDs, because it's meant to be comprehensive. So even the shit stuff goes in. So there's one. I'll name them. Vision Thing. Afflicted. Arc. That stinks. Now Here. Fade In, Fade Out. The B Team. Heavy on the Magic, Save Me, Loops and Scales, Start, Blue, Touched by the King, Soundscaper Atmospheres, It's About Time, Soundscaper Outsider, Money for Old Rope. Oh, I can't include that. Can I include that? I'll include that, but it's not going to be published. That I used the samples and loops from Pat Mastelotto, so I can't publish that because of, well, I can, but I think there's one track out there, but he hasn't sued me yet. So. Load's interesting. I recorded that with a fellow and another fellow. But yeah, maybe I'll clean it up and do a proper official release of it without words. Soundscaper 3 Empty Space. Sounds Ears is a compilation, so we don't need to do that. Textures, God Pays Debts Without Money, was actually 4 albums. Yeah, it's 4 albums. Shocking, isn't it? And that includes A Pocket Full of Stars, Tempest, 6 of one, half dozen the other, and Still Crane Lake. Here Comes the Future. Improvisations. EchoNet. Everything You've Ever Owned Is Mine. Luckiest Man in the World. Steady State of Flux. Pressure Point. Americana. Improvisations 2. Day Before the Rain. Mayday. Networks of Influence. Forever World. Slow Music. Done in a Day. Last Latonians. 2020 Vision. Magnum Chaos. L. Flags. And there's also early years one, but of course there's also Bad Cover Version. I'll have to put that in, but this is why I can't release it, because they are cover versions. So there's 41, 42, 43, take away 1, add 3. It's about 46 CDs. You can't afford it. No one can afford it. I can't afford it. I can't even afford to do it. Oh, that's just ridiculous. Who records 46 CDs of music? Seriously. And that's without the stuff I haven't. Oh, I've got Return the Snapdragon EP. That's without the EPs. Oh, and the surround sound mixes. Oh, fuck me. Well, I've just wasted my life on rock and roll. Fucking hell. How did it happen? So it says Apple announced a new camera feature on the iPhone 13, and they demonstrate with a film called Who Done It. Yeah, as in it was a Who Done It. I thought they should have ruined it by playing a Genesis song. No, they shouldn't have ruined it. Garrett says, if you want a good Beach Boys album, go for Sunflower, Surf's Up, or Holland. No. For someone says, live stream this week is the one that ran too long. Well, it doesn't matter. I don't have to get up so early now. Patch says, I listen to Supertramp. You should be listening to Supergrass. Do they serve kippers in America? Yeah. It's so logical. Oh, it's a logical song. Goes like that, doesn't it? It's all their songs go like that. Munton says, I enjoy Breakfast in America record. I don't like Crime and Century. It's awful. Dreamer, you're nothing but a dreamer. Oh, how irritating. It's up there with, Mr. Blue Sky. Fuck off, ELO. Just fuck off. Now it says, I have to be in the right mood for space rock. Oh, space rock. No one wants to talk about space rock. Fasano's off. Munton, that's fine. Oh, they're doing drugs. Redden says, you don't need drugs to write, perform, or listen. No, you don't. And if you do drugs, you're not doing it right. People go, oh yeah, but all the best albums were made on drugs. Bullshit. Because you cannot play your instruments if you're under the influence. Bullshit. You might think you're playing well, but you ain't. And on that, we're going to say goodbye to all the junkies and all the potheads, and we're going to head off. And I don't know, maybe I'll run away from the dentist. I mean, again, if it is next Tuesday, I don't know if I'll be doing a live stream if I'm like that. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what to do. Anyway, thank you for popping by. It's been fun, and we'll do this all again soon. Remember, if you can't be good, be safe. But more importantly, don't tell your mother.